Without further ado, bear down.
Bear down. So I'm sorry. There's one constant. It's nag. It's a fucking play.
It was almost 4th and 21 at one point. Think about this shit. Like, not fucking rocket science. Nick Foles looked like he was standing on top of a broom. At least we have a fucking kicker.
We finally have a kicker. It's like 3rd and 4, and he's throwing 3 yards on an out route. I'm fucking done.
How the fuck does a college quarterback just throw it away within a second of knowing I don't have shit?
Yeah.
And Foles is like,
for how
I'm gonna fold.
He's a
I'm
fucking lawn chair.
You're not.
He's literally a lawn chair. You just fucking fold immediately.
Big folds.
Took that shot. Bear down.
Hey guys, welcome back to 4th and 21, a Bears podcast by Bears fans for Bears fans. I'm Arturo. This is Alex. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, like and comment on our video. Gonna get started off the old-fashioned way. Couple of shots.
Bear down.
All
right. Bears Packers. First one of the season. Like really excited for it and also really not excited for it. It is Sunday Night Football, so we do have the chance to embarrass ourselves in front of the nation, which is always fun. We could also do the opposite and pull up a really fucking good upset against our biggest rival in front of everybody as well. So we have a couple Packers fans as well. One that we watch every Packers game, Bears-Packers game with. So it kind of sucks watching those games with him because obviously the Packers normally get the best of us. But let's just, I guess, start off by talking about what our original predictions were for this game.
I had us winning 31-21.
I had us winning 20-17. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about that prediction?
Honestly, with Trubisky coming back now, it's uncertain how many points we can put up. I do feel like we can put up some points though, as opposed to with Foles. I think I'd probably take our points down a little, but I still think we can come out with it.
Okay, but so what's your new prediction then?
I'm going to go with 27-24. 27-24.
So, like I said, I had us at 20-17. I don't think that we can win a game by 3 points. It is nice to know, though, that Trubisky is going to be our starter for this video. It is nice to know that we actually have our quarterback selected. But I don't think we can win a game by 3 points, and I'll tell you why. Aaron Rodgers will, even with 30 seconds left on the clock, he'll get them in field goal position. I think the only way that we beat them is if we're up by 4 and we give the ball back to them with little to no time, because it's going to be a lot harder to get a touchdown than it will be for him to just get in field goal range. Mason Crosby, obviously a really good, reliable kicker. So I'm going to change mine. And this is going to be super foolish because I've been shitting on the Bears recently for how they've been playing. And I'm as pessimistic as I am, I'm always optimistic that the Bears can somehow pull it out. And that they can somehow redeem their season, even though they're 5-5. I'm like, well, if they win this game, then they're only a game back from the Packers, and as long as we're only a game back from the Packers going into our final game, and we beat them a second time, then we'll actually win the division. So I have like this whole optimistic view on our season on how we can get to the playoffs, how we can still win the division, and it does come down to this fucking game right here, I believe. So I am going to stick with the win. But I think we have to win by 4. I'm going to say 27-23. Bears win. I feel foolish because I've been just absolutely shitting on them, but I'm just.
Well, real quick to address your Aaron Rodgers will move it up to put him in field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
I think our defense can stop him if it comes to that. I feel confident that our defense can put an end to it and we get the ball back. And then they either hopefully have timeouts and it's enough time to where they want to get it back, or we just fucking end it there. Or he wants to do that shit and we get an interception. That's my thought on it. I know it's stupid, just like when the Cowboys gave him 52 seconds in the fourth quarter and thought they had the game locked in the playoffs a couple of years ago, and what does he do? He comes back. But I think and I would be fucking ecstatic if we were up by 3 and he tried to pull his shit and we just shut him the fuck down.
Okay, so why I disagree with you is because our defense all year has been bend, don't break. We're not good at not letting people move the ball. We're good at not letting people score touchdowns. We have a great red zone defense, but we let people seemingly move the ball up the field without a problem. And Aaron Rodgers is really good at that. So I think that if we give him enough time, he can get them in field goal position and not have an issue with getting Mason Crosby to kick that field.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
But I am like way more optimistic about our offense this week, just because Trubisky is running the offense. And I never thought that I would be so optimistic with Trubisky running our offense. But, dude, he can't be any worse than Nick Foles has been. And at least he's mobile, but he just has to make sure to fucking get down really early and make sure that nobody's taking cheap shots on him. Yeah. And taking late hits or like trying to get that grind out for the extra 2-3 yards because his shoulder's not fucking healthy. And if he goes out, I'm sorry, Nick Foles not going to come in. And
how do you feel about the Packers defense?
They have a decent pass rush with the Smith brothers, but outside of that, and Alexander, their cornerback, I think those like 3 players are basically their entire defense. So as long as we keep Allen Robinson, I think on the left side, because I'm pretty sure Alexander only plays on the right, his left. So kind of like Kyle Fuller, like he just plays Kyle Fuller's spot where they sit on one side. So if we just keep
that way too.
Sherman, yeah, Richard Sherman's the exact same way.
To fucking attack a team.
So yeah, exactly. So if you just go to the other side, and I think Allen Robinson prefers to be on the left side anyway. So I'm not too worried about their offense, but I do think their pass rush is going to get through. Their pass rush is going to get through our offensive line a few times. It's bound to happen. The Smith brothers are definitely good enough to do that, but I don't see them being like the top defenses that we've been playing. Like when we played the Colts, I did not expect us to have a great offensive week, but this is not a great defense. I don't even think Minnesota was a great defense 2 weeks ago, but I'm just hoping that now that we have a new quarterback change, that kind of amps up the offense as a whole. They all get behind him. They all play different. They play a little bit more excited. When a big play happens, I think they'll be – I just think that they're going to act completely differently with Trubisky being the starting quarterback. Nick Foles is a very bland person.
I feel like they would shut Nick Foles down and look like a great defense if it was Nick Foles.
Yeah.
But Trubisky, they're going to have to do other shit because he can move.
Exactly. They're going to have to probably keep us – they're probably going to keep a spy, which is fine because that takes one person out of pass coverage, which is really all we need. And we do have athletic wide receivers that can go up and make plays. And basically we have 2. But I want to see Cole Kmet, obviously, we say this every fucking week. I want to see Cole Kmet get used more often. I don't understand it.
I think Trubisky has no problem finding Jimmy Graham in the end zone. But moving up the field, Jimmy Graham has not been that great. Cole Kmet hasn't seen 2 chances. One.
Use Cole Kmet like they used Travis Kelce. Like the Chiefs, how the Chiefs use Travis Kelce. That's how I want to see our offense run.
At least try to.
Yeah.
Give him a shot. It's been, 11 weeks? And he's seen
10 games, yeah. He hasn't seen shit.
Like, I can count it on both hands how many times he's been targeted. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's been terrible. And that was our first pick in this year's draft. And our second draft pick is crushing it out on the corner.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson. He's been awesome. Defensively, our defense is great. Aaron Rodgers is also great. So that's kind of where I think it's going to be tough because he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. Yes, he just threw one last week against Indianapolis, which means he probably won't throw one this week unless it's a tipped ball or something along those lines. He doesn't just throw errant passes. But he has been – what I've noticed lately is he has been missing open wide receivers. He'll overthrow them almost like on a somewhat consistent basis. He's still a great quarterback. I'm still fucking like scared of him, and even though our defense is awesome, I'll always be fucking scared of Aaron Rodgers because he always just pulls out this bullshit. But I've also been like harping on Pagano to blitz a lot. I don't know if we want to do that with Aaron Rodgers because he's very good at seeing the blitz coming and getting the ball out really quickly.
Oh, yeah, and if we rush, we've got an open pocket right behind us where, one, they catch it, and
then they've got
if we got receivers down the field, they've got at least
exactly,
which he will fucking do because he's not a dumbass.
And I think he'll attack Buster Screen. I bet you he attacks Buster Screen.
I hate him, but he's smart.
I see them putting Devontae Adams on Buster Screen in the slot and just destroying him all fucking
Buster
game.
Just better fucking and Eddie Jackson better fucking
tackle. Yeah, but at least the running game. They have a decent running game, but at least their running game's not as terrifying as Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook. You know, like Aaron Jones is good. No disrespect to him, but he's not either of those players. So at least we have that going for us. But at the same time, I said I don't want us to blitz because taking a bunch of guys out of coverage he's gonna see that he'll find his open wide receiver.
He'll capitalize on whatever opportunity he's given.
Exactly. But the other thing that worries me is not getting enough pressure on him. If he has a clean pocket,
just builds his confidence over and over throughout the game, he's gonna be fucked.
You don't want him to have a clean pocket either. So our pass rush, our 4-man pass rush this week is gonna be super fucking important. I still don't know if Akeem Hicks is gonna be playing. If he's not, we're screwed, I think, defensively. But if he's there, him and Mac are going to do well. I already know that. But
Roquan's going to be important, really.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say is, like, if you're going to blitz, do it creatively and do a one-man blitz. If you do 2, we're fucked. If you don't blitz at all, Aaron Rodgers will also realize that and realize that he's going to have a certain amount of time to make a pass and the right decision. He's going to know how far downfield each play should be called. So that terrifies me. But we need our 4-man rush to get there, and then when we do blitz with, like, one player, I think it should be Roquan or Danny Trevathan every time. I don't think bringing a guy off the edge, like a safety blitz, I don't think is a good idea. But just bring Roquan kind of like on where he swings around and confuses the offensive line. Their offensive line is actually one place that I've seen them kind of struggle this year, which is normally really good. David Bakhtiari has not been the player that he normally has been. And in the offseason, they lost one of their best linemen as well. So I think maybe he kind of hid some of his deficiencies. And now that he's the only, like, really good one on their team, he's been getting called for a lot of holding calls, and I've seen him let guys slide through. But we need Quinn to show up.
I was going to say
that's
that,
the
but
X
then I
factor.
just felt stupid because I was like, that's one thing I kind of lost hope in.
Dude, they interviewed him this week, and there was no fire in his voice. I was like, did we just, like, give you a giant contract and now you don't care? Like, he said all the right things, but he didn't say it in the way that I wanted him to say it. Like, I wanted him to be upset about the way that he's played. I want him to be like, you know what? I haven't played well this season, and it's killing me inside. Like, I am hungry, And he didn't say any of that shit. He was just like, yeah, I mean, like, this is not the season I expected to have. The stats aren't all there. Like, and I'm just like, do you even fucking actually care?
Yeah, do something about it.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, that's.
But if Robert Quinn doesn't show up, I don't think.
If Robert Quinn doesn't show up and Screen and Jackson have another game like they did last.
Well, 2
almost
weeks
2
ago. And 3 weeks ago because they both sucked 3 weeks ago as well.
We're fucked. We can't rely on Khalil and Roquan.
At least, okay, I will say though,
to carry the.
Eddie Jackson just got pulled off the COVID list today. I would still rather him be out there than not be out there. Like, who do we put back there? Deion Bush or something like that? Like, I'm sorry, but like, no disrespect to them, but like, I'd rather have Eddie Jackson back there, and now he doesn't have to stop a top tier running back.
Yeah, he looked almost.
He really fucking did.
Like he didn't want to be a highlight reel, and it's like, well, dude, we can make a highlight reel of all the times you backed up.
Exactly.
Like he was running at you with COVID, and you were like, oh my god, I don't want to touch him. Like,
seriously. And then look, he got fucking put on the COVID list anyway. Ready for the shot?
Should have tackled. Bear down.
Bear down harder than Eddie Jackson fucking bears down.
Eddie Jackson comes down.
It's so hard to talk shit about Eddie Jackson because I respect him a lot, but like the last two games,
but seeing a football player look like he's afraid to tackle is, especially on defense. If you're on offense,
well, that's why he's a free safety. He's not there to make tackles. He's
but I've
there
seen
to
him do it, and I've seen him
make
go
big plays.
hard.
But that's what the strong safety is for, and that's not what he is.
He isn't, but he was in that position to stop them from gaining extra 10 yards repeatedly.
Yeah.
And just watched. And it's like, bro, at
It
least
was
fucking
embarrassing.
stick your arm out. Try and trip him, like something.
It was really fucking embarrassing for him. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you always talk about being out there. You would have fucking done a way better, at least, job of making an effort. You would have been like, fuck, I don't know if I can get him, but do something where I keep seeing him just backing up, going like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, holy shit, that was like.
You know how much harder it is to
baffling.
tackle somebody when you're going backward and they're running as hard as they can at you? Even standing still is hard. If you're running backwards, that makes it 10 times harder. You have to be running forward, and you have to be, like, confident and willing to make that fucking tackle. Yeah. And he doesn't look that way.
Well, and he was even more annoying when one of
like, Jalen Johnson was a highlight reel week one. Have we seen him be a highlight reel since?
No. And there was a couple times it was either Screen or Roquan that were chasing them down and had the guy, but they just couldn't tackle him. And it's like, dude, all you need is to go up and put another body on him.
Seriously.
That's all you need. And he's just like, oh, can you handle it, bro?
I literally remember him like touching the fucking guy's like shoulder pads and letting everyone else bring him down. And I was just like, why did you not fucking at least try to fucking tackle him or hit him or punch at the fucking ball? You literally did nothing.
Yeah, it was just bad. It was bad all around.
But again, our defense, I think another key for this game is going to be takeaways. If we don't have takeaways, can our offense be successful? Because they're good at running. I believe the Packers have the most time of possession in the league. And so that's going to take away from our offensive opportunities.
Contrast to our lowest time on offense.
But what I do hope is that the Bears watch what the Colts did in the second half last week, because they only allowed 3 points in the second half, and they allowed 28 in the first. In the first half, 3 in the second half. So look at what the Colts did in the second half and emulate that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
We're
difficult.
fully capable.
Like, if Chuck Pagano's not looking at what other teams have done to stop them, like, they have 3 losses. They're clearly –
and he's had an extra week to
their
study Packers
offense,
film.
yeah, exactly. An extra week of – and that's the fucking killer here, is if we have 2 weeks to fucking create a game plan defensively and offensively against this team.
And we come back and do the exact same
and
shit.
we look just as shitty, and we get embarrassed in front of the
not world, but
on national television.
Football world.
I don't want fuck the rest of the season. If we go 5-6, we're done. We're not making the playoffs. There's no way we rattle off the last 5 as wins. There's no way we beat. I mean, we can obviously beat the Lions the week after. Texans, we can beat Vikings. Can we beat them?
I don't know. And then Jags in the back
That's
again.
that's in Minnesota. We just proved that we couldn't beat them at home. Can we beat them away? Jags, that should be a win, but then we got to beat the Packers again. So we have 3 divisional games in the last 5. Well, I guess our last 6 games we have half of them are divisional games. So every one of those is going to be difficult. Even though the Lions are a team that we've dominated, they're not. We barely beat them week 1. Yes, it was in Detroit. Yes, it was week 1 and there were no fans and it was kind of like everyone's getting used to that shit. But like they're not. You can't just like. They're not a team that's not to be taken seriously. Like, you still have to fucking play them.
Yeah.
They still have Matthew Stafford. They still have offensive weapons. Houston just made them look stupid, so it's funny that we have Lions and then Houston after that. But if we don't win this game, I'm sorry, our season is over. But if we win this game, we could win the division. That's how drastic this game is.
Well, and also the Vikings.
Because if we go to 6-5, Packers are 7-4. We're 1 game behind them. So if we are 1 game behind them going into our last game, that's going to be a huge game. If we beat them and we're the same record, then we win the division. So like this game is where it all fucking starts.
Or ends.
To me, this is where our fucking this is the game that our season is riding on. Yes, our playoff hopes are hanging in the balance of this fucking game. And I'm excited for this game. I really am. But I'm also, like, just not, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm optimistic yet pessimistic.
And I hate that we have to wait all Sunday.
It's going to suck. It's going to suck. And we're watching with a Packers fan, which could make it suck that much more. Which is why, if I go into it optimistic and I'm at his house and I'm like, because all home games, if it's in Green Bay, we go to his place. If it's at Soldier Field, we have a home field advantage at watching the game. But I don't want to go to his house, be all optimistic, like, dude, if we win this game, we're only a game behind you, and then have them just fucking shit on us the whole game. Then at least I sit there and go, you know what, dude, you guys should win this. We're a shitty team, and then we get blown out. He's gonna be a lot nicer about it. So,
yeah, I don't want to receive a chicken sandwich at halftime. Them being up 24-3. That's just not what I want.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part is, like, you watch it at home with a couple Bears fans, it is what it is. Watching it with a Packers fan, you already hate the Packers. Having a Packers fan chirping in your ear every fucking time something bad happens to the Bears or good to the Packers, it sucks that much worse.
Yeah,
so
the Vikings game sucked. We had Lou Malnati's though, and it was just Bears fans, and we were like, you know what? That fucking sucks, but at least we got some food. Game's over. Just be pissed. But when you got someone chirping, not even chirping, but even just sitting there more so in silence, just knowing that they're pissing you off more by just.
But the question is, will we be silent if the Bears are winning? And win?
I will be hesitantly loud.
I will celebrate when it's meant to celebrate.
If we score a touchdown, I'm fucking gonna. We're doing good plays. I'm just gonna be like. I know how easily, especially against the Minnesota game, get a fucking takeaway, and then all of a sudden we give it back.
Yeah. Oh, 2 plays later, we give it back.
So, yeah, after the first one, I was like, all right, don't get too excited. But once Cordero ran it back, fuck yeah, you get excited. And you fucking blow up. But it's weird. It's a weird feeling, honestly, right now. Especially after losing to Minnesota. We had won that game.
We'd be 6-4.
This game would be a lot. It'd still be
if we won this game, we'd be in first place.
Yeah, but it would be critical, but it wouldn't be where it is like dire to fucking win.
Yes, and that's why like I want every Bears player out on that field to realize that we are fighting for our fucking season right now. We have 6 weeks left, and we're fighting for the season already. We need to come out. It's their biggest fucking rivalry. It's the biggest game of the season, and every fucking player says. The next game is the biggest game. Well, this is the fucking biggest game of the season. Because if you lose this, the season's over. So, 27-24, what do you got?
What?
I said 27-24 Bears.
No, I had 27.
No, 27-23 because I said we got to win by 4.
Yes. Okay. 27-24, 27-23. You know the rules. Whoever is closest is safe. Whoever is furthest, gotta take a nasty shot this episode. So don't know what that'll be, but we're not gonna like it. So if you want to see one of us potentially yak,
And hopefully we
Stay
can start.
tuned.
We can get a fucking whatchamacallit out here.
oh,
Malort. If we can get Malort out here, we will get that as soon as fucking possible. If we have a friend fucking visit or anything, it's very hard to get Malort out here. So
I mean, I could probably get it shipped to work, but I don't know if I want to pay for a little case of Malort.
oh, you gotta do it by a fucking case.
That's how we order it. No one's gonna fucking buy that shit in that store.
No, dude, you could easily put it out just on, like on our friends. Like you could put it out there. If people from Chicago were out like that or out here know that it's there, people would buy Malort, especially knowing that there's one case. But he's gonna be taking a shot in our next video. So cheers to that, and bear down.
Oh, and before we head out, got our new intro song. Make sure to check them out. Slow Down Sound, his cousin's band actually. Yeah, Made to Groove is the intro. That song fucking
Shit slaps, bro.
it's dope.
Shit slaps.
fits
So go check
perfectly
them
with
out.
our show. So salute to them, and like he said, bear down. Catch you guys next time.